But in the top right corner, without further ado, playing for Team Solid, it is Kalevi.
Over here in the top left corner of the map, in the blue trunks, our other Protoss player who has been wrecking the opposition, it's watzkuh.
It is, and this is going to be his greatest challenge yet, I think, with Kalevi. Kalevi's been playing Starbow for a very long time. He's very knowledgeable about the game. He knows the meta. And but he is a Terran player, so I don't know why he's doing this. Maybe he wants to prove that Stalker's a Rainbow. Not sure.
Well, maybe it's just like that one time that Scarlet played Protoss.
Oh,
it's mainly to throw their opponent off guard.
Perhaps, but the thing about this is watzkuh's rarely played Kalevi, so it's not going to really throw him off that much anyway. But Kalevi going for a very early scout. But yeah, no, okay. So watzkuh's actually gonna scout in the right direction. That's kind of sad. He's going for the later scout, but he's gonna get the money scout.
So no gas coming out of Kalevi just yet, which is a little bit unusual. Only now is the gas guys are coming down.
Yeah, that is true. Kalevi, I'm not sure what he's doing here. Oh man, my voice is dying.
That's okay, Scooby. I've got your back, man. So Cybercore coming up a little bit later here for Kalevi.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading chat.
Yeah, that is fun.
I'm gonna...
this thing that Kalevi SimCity here. I love this. This gives me a big old nerd boner because it's an island, like it's separate from the Nexus, so you don't get any units stuck anywhere, and you've got this nice little side by side tight wall on all ends. You've got two pylons and important structures. This is solid. This is good stuff.
You can talk about base structures. I can talk about doodads. It's very impressive. No, but seriously, it is.
Actually, watzkuh does something very, very similar.
He does. It's quite similar indeed. You can see, talk about this map a little bit. We have the natural hair. There's a very big choke here that you have to wall off. There's a very accessible third base over here that's even more open. There's two wide bridges leading into your area, and then there's a big old empty space in the middle with some elephant graveyard in the very middle. And that's symmetrical in a circular manner all the way around.
Rotationally symmetrical.
Yes, rotationally symmetrical.
Both the players... Oh, sorry. I interrupted you.
No. It was absolutely not important. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to point out that we have a couple of robos going up. It seems both Kalevi and watzkuh. Well, I mean, watzkuh, we know he knows this. But apparently Kalevi, too, knows the importance of the Reaver.
There is, he knows the ancient secret of Reaver in PvP, and very few players knows this, but it's basically the unit to make to win.
Yeah, it's the secret of the Reaper is make many scarab, kill many worker, make many win.
Indeed. It's a well-kept ancient secret that requires lots of IQ to understand.
Indeed.
But there is a very fast... I love it how my voice, it doesn't just die, it just turns into a very hoarse 13-year-old at the same time. But the Observer is... Observatory is very early and out, and he is afraid of that Templar tech, and he hasn't scouted anything to say that he couldn't be Templar tech, so that's understandable.
Yeah, he just wants to cover his bases. This is the worst position to, to try to move out and then go, oh, there's a DT in my base. Oh, I don't have detection. Well, GG.
Yeah. No, I like what Kalevi's doing here. He was bringing out the probe and kind of baiting the Dragoons to try and shoot the probe, baiting him up the ramp, but it didn't work. It's like a freaky man with candy to little kids, but no, it didn't work.
Let's go poke a little bit forward, sees the 4 Dragoons on the high ground and knows he wants none of that. Much like the candy and the creepy man.
Yes. Well, yeah. Hopefully that is the case. We got very equal Reavers with only a couple of seconds apart. Actually closer to half a minute, but...
Yeah, watzkuh is going for the quicker gravitic drive, though.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Kalevi did go for earlier observers, but he's still getting his Reaver out before his opponent, which is actually commendable.
It is.
No. Oh, they're gonna just say hi to each other.
Hey man. Just another day at the office, and that's actually going to prompt Kalevi to pull back his Reaver keep it there in the defensive posture. And watzkuh is looking to do the same. So both of them sort of, not bothering with the harassment after all.
That's such an awkward moment. It's like, hey, oh, okay. I guess we're just gonna go fast and span instead then,
Yeah. Actually, I liked how Kalevi's probe sort of pushed the heavy Reaver aside. It's like, come on, man, move! I want to expand! Eventually getting another way. Forge coming up as well for Kalevi.
Oh, it's the second Reaver. Nope. Never mind.
Wow, those War Prisms are fast. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That thing is snappy.
Oh, he's trying to find an opening for Reavers. Oh, very nice dodging that shot there.
Absolutely.
Getting one shot off a Dragoon, that's nice for watzkuh.
Yeah, it's just shield damage so far, but I mean, as long as he can get another hit on the same Dragoon, that's going to be big wins. Kalevi has the high ground pretty much nailed down with these 3 Dragoons. Second War Prism also coming in. And Kalevi just doing the absolute best that he can to try to keep these Reavers and these War Prisms away from his critical structures. He's got a little bit of a 1A syndrome here. Both armies moving in synchronicity. And lots of Dragoons here coming in for watzkuh. He looks like he wants to make some pressure happening. There we go. The damage is now actually real against these Dragoons. And there's a lot more army here for our blue Protoss player.
Oh, very nice Reaver hit for Kalevi there. Killing most of the Dragoons in one hit, actually. And he might be able to... He needs to realize that he has 3 more Dragoons. There we go. And there's another Reaver popping out. Ooh, watzkuh unloading his Reaver right as the Scarab was hitting. Huge mistake there.
Yeah, that's definitely not the superbest micro, but Kalevi doing a good job keeping his Reaver alive, picking it up before he gets hit by any projectiles. 2 Reavers still remaining for both sides, as well as a Dragoon for each, even though Kalevi's Dragoon is up on the high ground.
Reaver versus Reaver, nothing's ever gonna die. They're just gonna pick up, load, pick up. They're just gonna... Who can spend the most money on Scarabs is basically what's happening here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an economic game going. Kalevi is actually the one with slightly more money. He's going to invest in some gateways, as watzkuh is already on 2 gates, and Kalevi is not. And both of them have now their naturals. They can start mining there, and they are very close in the worker count.
Indeed they are. Question from our soldier: the Reaver cooldown should be synced up with Brute War values. We worked painfully hard to make sure these things happen. But oh, there is Reavers in the main base. Did they get any workers killed? It doesn't look like it.
No, 2 shots went off on the cannon, but it's not dead, and the Reavers have been repelled.
That's actually the best reason to make a cannon. It's just that the Reaver will automatically target it if you're not paying attention.
Exactly. It's basically to make lazy players do even worse.
Yes. Oh, there's a lot of that in Starbow. Starbow is not like a casual player in Starbow is gonna get wrecked. Like we have so many things in here to make this game as little casual friendly as possible, and that's just the way we like it. And that makes this, of course, a very niche thing, but it also makes it very fun on the high level. So we got 4 Reavers incoming. watzkuh learns his Reaver lessons about never stop producing. No, actually, 1 Dragoon and 3 Reavers.
Oh, the Reaver shots all go off on the single cannon. A Dragoon gets picked off, and not a lot of damage here being done by watzkuh, even though he has a massive amounts of Reaver.
Oh, and it was like the very last second he was pulling those probes away too. It was quite nice. Meanwhile, an observer has seen the expansion of watzkuh, so Kalevi knows it's 2 base versus 2 base. This is slowly going into a later game, which is interesting. Oh, one really nice Reaver shot from Kalevi.
1 cannon goes down. Reavers shooting at Reavers, picking up Reavers with War Prisms.
Those very almost dead Reavers. And we did have some workers killed now. There's actually 10 workers been killed from watzkuh. And this is actually unfair for Kalevi. If you look at the starting positions of this map, it's much easier for watzkuh to harass Kalevi than the other way around.
Yes, and thus such is the nature of rotational symmetry that sometimes you get the short end of the droppable stick. And that is exactly the spot that Kalevi is in right now.
Oh, and he's gonna lose more probes!
Nice micro though, only losing 2 probes there.
Indeed. And
yeah, I think Kalevi should just keep Dragoons at the back of these mineral lines for now. That is probably the best way to deal with it. More shots going off in the main. A lot of workers get killed there.
Ooh, sorry, I missed that.
Currently 16 workers have been killed by watzkuh's Reavers. And I mean, that alone is nice incentive to get a lot of them.
It is.
It looks like Kalevi is going to be aggressive on the map. I don't know if that's the best decision, but it's definitely a decision. There's plenty of army here for watzkuh as well.
He's scamping a little bit on army. Well, actually, it's fairly similar. We'll have to see how this pans out. This is a better position for watzkuh than Kalevi for now, but for a third base.
Oh, the splash damage, so good! That was a fantastic shot, and it sets the tone for the rest of the battle. Watzkuh's army is just overpowering this Dragoon Reaver composition from Kalevi. One Reaver goes down. I don't think there's even another there. And now Kalevi has to pull back, and he's down, down, down in supply.
Yeah, this is a horrible position for Kalevi to be in. And he should have regrouped before moving in. Moving in a Congo line right like that is horrible. And there is a pathing system in Star Wars that makes them units behave that way to give a natural defender's advantage. That makes it possible for a PvP to last as long as it has been doing right now. But also you need to work against that pathing system and try to actively micro position your army.
Yeah.
That was
true.
not very good for Kalevi. And another Reaver drop for watzkuh is incoming, and this cannon now is going to serve him quite well. It's going to be hard to find a place to drop the Reaver that's not in range of this cannon, but he might just get one on the side. There's kind of a couple of Dragoons here, though, ready to do something.
Oh, actually, they tanked 2 of the shots. Oh, nice volleys there on the War Prism. Not quite enough to pick it off. But now Watzkuh is being aggressive with his own Dragoons. There's not all of the Dragoons here. Some of them are off to the side to go towards that third. The War Prism with the Reavers is coming, and this army is just gonna melt. Some unfortunate positioning there for Kalevi, and I think this is gonna be the breaking point here for him.
Indeed, and these Reavers can now go and just kill oodles of workers, and there's nothing Kalevi can do about it. And I think this is it. I think what's cool is even killing Kalevi. Like, he's done so well versus these players that we weren't really sure about the skill level of. We do know Kalevi's good, but what's cool, not played this game in 2 months. And he just knows, if I just make Reavers, I'll be fine. But oh, there is the Dark Templars out. And there are no detection for watzkuh, and he can pick off the Reavers.
Oh, no War Prism means he has free reign on the ground, and that's actually going to force a retreat from Watzkuh. Does not have an observer out with this army just yet.
Indeed, he does not. And this is interesting. Like, there's a tiny bit of comeback potential here now for Kalevi. Here comes the observer. Never mind.
Observer was already made.
Yep.
And GG is called by Kalevi.